90s with James Worthy and Byron Scott, plus new additions Sam Perkins and Terry Teagle. Once again, the heart of the Lakers is last year's most valuable player, Irvin Magic Johnson. Can his new look club reclaim its past glories?
Some of the names and some of the faces may have changed, but we're still the Los Angeles Lakers, and we should not be counted out. Whoever's going to come out the West, they don't have to come through us.
While the Lakers own the 80s, this decade may belong to Larry Brown's Spurs, who points to guard Rod Strickland and forwards Terry Cummings and Sean Elliott. To complement the big guy, David Robinson, the Spurs have arrived. They're talented, and they are confident.
Last year, they doubted the San Antonio Spurs, but this year, they know we're for real.
The Lakers have brought their magic to Mr. Robinson's neighborhood.
Today, it's the season premiere. The Los Angeles Lakers versus the San Antonio Spurs.
This the scene about 2 hours ago at the River Center Lagoon in downtown San Antonio, Texas. They love their Spurs here in San Antonio, and better than 4,000 turned out for a pregame pep rally. It is SRO at the Hemisphere Arena for the opening of the 1990-91 NBA season. And we welcome you to the premier telecast of the NBA on NBC. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Mike Fratello, the one-time coach of the Atlanta Hawks. And this, folks, is the big item here in San Antonio. They have unveiled a new theme, We Want It Now, a concept that was originated by San Antonio players, although, Mike, there are several clubs around the NBA, the Lakers in particular, who have different thoughts on that matter. It's the new look L.A. Lakers. What is different about this club from a year ago?
New head coach Mike Dunleavy has installed an almost entirely new offensive system with a real emphasis on more set plays. How the Laker players handle the adjustments of different substitution patterns, different minute distribution, and is the Laker mystique gone.
Lineup for the visiting Los Angeles Lakers. 6'4" guard from Arizona State, number 4, Byron Scott. 6'9" guard from Michigan State, number 32.
Irvin Magic Johnson. 6'9" forward from North Carolina, number 42, James Worthy. 6'9" forward from Oregon State, number 45, A.C. Green. 7'1" center from Partisan, BC, number 12, Vlade Divac. Lakers head coach Mike Dunleavy. Division champions, the San Antonio Spurs. .6'5" guard from Tulsa, number 8, Paul Pressey. 6'8" guard from Arizona, number 32, Sean Elliott. 6'9" forward from UCLA, number 33, David Greenwood. 6'9" forward from DePaul, number 34, Terry Cummings. 7'1" center from the Naval Academy, number 50, David Robinson. Coach of the Spurs, Larry Brown.
jumps now to the man who will be working the sidelines during the course of the afternoon. Let's go to Steve Jones.
All right, thank you, Marv. You know, tonight, before this ball game started, actually this afternoon, I thought that this would be a game of psychological dominance for either one of these divisional champions. With the injury problems that the Spurs have just occurred, the Lakers now have an advantage. We'll test the flexibility and depth of the San Antonio Spurs. Back to you, Marv.
All right, Steve, the officials, 3 veterans, Jack Madden, Bob Delaney, and Tommy Wood. Last season, they had 18 sellouts here at the Hemisphere, a franchise record. They will surpass that this season. Capacity is close to 16,000. San Antonio 5-3 in the preseason. The Lakers 6 up, 2 down. Divac and Robinson, and we are underway as Paul Pressey controls the tip. Sean Elliott. Terry Cummings, guarded by James Worthy. Nice backdoor kick over to Robinson. Urban Magic Johnson working against Sean Elliott. Byron Scott. Divac. It will count. And the foul, a hacking foul on Robinson, who has been foul prone.
One of the things that the Spurs were concerned about was the Lakers' ability to draw double teams. They basically want to stay at home and not have to trap back. As a result, Divac has a chance to go one-on-one in the hold immediately and a potential three-point play. Eventually, they may have to trap back to protect Robinson.
Surprisingly, Vlade Divac reported to camp out of shape. He's still working his way back. Mike Dunleavy was critical of Divac earlier in training camp. Pressey picked up by Scott. Robinson with good position. And he was hacked by Divac, so David Robinson will go to the free throw line.
One of the things that you encounter now with Divac starting is that the best post player is on the bench right now in Michael Thompson. He's the guy that does a real good job at putting a body on big people, keeping them off the glass and moving his legs. Divac, when he came off the bench, was facing up against the second-line center. Now he has a problem with early foul problems.
There is Michael Thompson, 13-year man from the University of Minnesota, one-time San Antonio Spur. Game tied at 3. We are just underway in San Antonio. And the foul is called an offensive foul. Jack Madden indicating an elbow throw. So the Spurs will take over. Foul on Divac.
Even with Pressey on the floor, San Antonio basically is letting Sean Elliott run the show.
The double up on Robinson. He found the open man. And Pressey has given the Spurs a 5-3 lead. An early timeout taken, a 20-second timeout called by Mike Dunleavy. They are on their feet early here in San Antonio.
As soon as the ball goes down low, David turns and looks to the middle of the lane for people flashing or cutting down low. Someone for the Lakers now has to do a better job rotating over, picking up the open man.
Paul Pressey, an excellent defensive player, a two-time all-defensive first-teamer, who was acquired after 8 years with Milwaukee in the Frank Brakowski deal, struggled all last year, bothered by assorted injuries, and was not a happy guy in Milwaukee. In fact, stopped talking to the press, was a, not that that makes him a bad man, but was a recluse, and was not happy and was delighted to be dealt to the San Antonio Spurs. Magic Johnson, and the game is tied at 5.
The Lakers have immediately taken Divac out of the game, and yet Sam Perkins in now as their big man in the hole, a different look type center.
And here's Perkins. What a move by Perkins. And the foul.
Why shouldn't he be allowed to put it behind his back? Magic does it and makes it happen. Why shouldn't he? Well, as you see right there was no travel. It was a good call by the official. And when you've got a center that can run the floor like that at 6'9", it's an added advantage. This is one of the looks that Mike Dunleavy wanted to give this year, the small, quick team on the floor.
Pressey called for the foul. Sam Perkins will sign that enormous 6-year, $19 million contract. Not bad for basically a complimentary player, and the Lakers will use him off the bench. Lakers 8 and the Spurs 5. The double up on Cummings. Sean Elliott from three-point line. And the loose ball foul call. It's on Worthy.
A nice job of the Lakers recognizing the isolation. Terry Cummings out on the left wing by himself, trying to take his man off the dribble one-on-one. They ran over immediately, got the basketball out of his hand.
Robinson played by Perkins. The whistle away from the ball. Basketball count. And a foul on San Antonio. Holding foul, says the official, Bob Delaney. It's on Cummings.
With this group on the floor, it'll be interesting to see who they try to post up now, whether it's Worthy or Perkins, to draw the double team.
Worthy from deep. Well, the whistle's blowing here in the early moments.
One of the new looks that Mike Dunleavy has put in, the ability to take a big man, a 5-man, a center, and step him out and post Magic up down low. If you back off of Perkins, he'll knock out a 3 on you.
David Greenwood called for the foul. David Greenwood is making his first start in almost 2 years. Worthy on a quick release. And a very friendly rim. So the Lakers with a 10-5 lead. Pressing. Exposed, but he was blocked. Cummings. And the Lakers look to run. Magic gives it up. Worthy is rejected. Worthy, yes. Lakers 12 and the Spurs 5.
It looked like the Lakers were flying, but San Antonio got back just as quickly in their transition defense to stop the easy score.
Good ball movement by the Spurs, and then the bad pass. Worthy challenging Pressey and called for the charge.
He just held him a little bit too long. He had Byron Scott out in front running the opposite lane, but didn't deliver it in time. It's that quick, sudden look. The instant you look up, you got to give it up. Instead, he holds it. Good defensive position, offensive foul.
Spurs ball. Worthy called for his second. So 2 apiece on Worthy and Divac. Divac, an early departure. Perkins replacing him. Greenwood wide open, but blew the pass. And last touch by Scott.
San Antonio is a team that at the offensive end will set more back picks and look for lob passes more than most teams in the NBA. He was open right then because of a good back pick.
Larry Brown calling for the 22nd timeout.
In their motion or passing game, at any time someone may come up behind you, set a screen to set you free. Greenwood was wide open, the pass just a little bit high.
This is a San Antonio team that set an NBA single-season turnaround record last year by winning 35 more games than the previous season. 2 years ago, they were 21-61. We were talking about that yesterday in practice with Larry Brown, and I asked how difficult was that type of season, particularly with all his success coaching a team that went 21-61. He said you start second-guessing yourself. You even say to yourself, I can't coach. He said, though, it's made him appreciate winning even more.
It happens to all coaches at some time or another. You wonder whether you're doing it the right way.
Greenwood. So David Greenwood able to connect. And the Lakers now lead at 12-7 with 4 minutes gone by in this first quarter.
The defensive matchup for San Antonio of Sean Elliott on Magic Johnson rather than Paul Pressey. Elliott adds 10 pounds to his frame, stronger, moves his legs well. They think he can play Magic.
Byron Scott, a three-pointer. Lakers with a 15-7 lead. Byron Scott very successful from three-point range last year, among the leaders in the NBA at a 42% proficiency. Pressey, 15-9 Lakers.
If Paul Pressey makes his outside shots, that's a plus for San Antonio. That's one of the guys that you backed off in this league and made him make shots when you played him.
Spurs going with Sean Elliott matched with Magic Johnson. Worthy, well, it's a jump shooting exhibition at this point.
Mike Dunleavy told us yesterday one of the things they wanted to do with this new offensive system basically was just try to take advantage of players in certain situations, the isolations and post-ups.
Greenwood tried to save it, did not succeed. He was out of bounds. It will be Laker ball. Lakers with Scott and Magic in the backcourt. Green with Worthy and Perkins up front. Last year, 63-19, tops in the Pacific. 63 wins, a league high in the playoffs. Beat Houston 3-1, then lost to Phoenix in 5. Their earliest exit since back in '81. A three-point bomb by the big man, Perkins.
There's that center stepping out behind the three-point line, similar to Jack Sigma in Milwaukee stepping back there.
Larry Brown wants to talk it over. 6:39 remaining. First quarter. Lakers off to the fast start. Larry Brown in a discussion with his club, calling for the timeout following that 17-4 run by the Lakers. And Larry's travels have been well documented. He's coached for 2 ABA teams, 3 NBA clubs. UCLA Bruins from 79 to 81, then back to the NBA with the New Jersey Nets, on to Kansas where he won a national championship, and then the San Antonio Spurs. He has had enormous success wherever he's coached, but he has been a traveling man.
I noticed that as the jobs have changed and the checks have changed, his wardrobe has changed.
6.5 remaining. In this first quarter, Lakers off to the hot start. They lead 29. Robinson with a power move.
Nice to see them get David back involved, particularly down in the low post area, where it may be tough for Sam Perkins to defend them. He will draw immediate attention.
Both clubs remaining the same following the timeout. Scott looking for Worthy, flashing down low, now comes out. Cummings right with him. Worthy again from deep. Yes. James Worthy on fire. He's 4 for 5, 8 points. Cummings over Green. And the Spurs now trail 22-13.
We've had a great beginning here because both these teams were tired of training camp and the exhibition season. They said, let's get on with the regular season. It's explosive in the beginning.
Lakers in the midst of the run, and Worthy does it again. 10 points for James Worthy. Lakers lead by 11. Elliott off the crossover. Yes. Well, Sean Elliott able to convert. Lakers moved down in a hurry off the transition, but the Spurs got back. And it's Worthy again, this time from downtown. 13 points on 6 out of 7 from the field.
Both these two teams shooting the ball extremely well from the perimeter.
Robinson. Lakers now lead 27-17. 7 points for David Robinson. Scott with the step. Oh, what a play by Perkins, guiding it home.
Byron said that was a pass. That was no shot.
29-17. Lakers with the 12-point lead. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Steve Jones from San Antonio. Pressey hits a three-pointer.
When Paul Pressey gets behind the three-point line and starts making them like that, it's going to be a great night for his team.
Or afternoon.
Or afternoon.
Yes. 9-point lead for the Los Angeles Lakers. Perkins posting. 5 on the shot clock. Down to 3, 2, 1. Worthy forcing. And it will be San Antonio ball.
Excellent team defense by the Spurs. They waited before they double-teamed, let some more clock run down. Then when the double team came, they rotated, they were in their spots. He just launched it up to save it.
San Antonio with substitutions. Reggie Williams in his 4th year out of Georgetown. There's Reggie and Sidney Green. Acquisition just the other day from the Orlando Magic. Cummings with the step. He whipped right by A.C. Green. 29-22. Lakers by 7. Worthy over Green. Yes! And that is 2-point range. 15 for James Worthy, who has been unconscious. Elliott. The shooting has been remarkable here in the first quarter.
On offense, keep an eye on the Lakers' spacing, meaning the outside people, how they stay back behind that three-point line to open up the post area.
Now the Lakers take the timeout. 3:22 remaining. First quarter, the Lakers 31, the Spurs 24. James Worthy off to a 7-for-9 start. Most of the field goals have come from deep. James Worthy would like to come back strong this season. Usually a tremendous playoff player. He disappeared in the playoffs last season. Couldn't buy one. But one of the great players in the game, all-star for the last 4 years, and he has opened the season in grand style.
It looks like San Antonio has basically said, we're going to back off James, make him make shots from the outside, and hopefully distort the passing lane into Magic, who's posting up down low. When Worthy's making his perimeter shots, then he's doing it all.
The rookie from Clemson, Eldon Campbell, Lakers #1 draft pick, has checked in for the first time. Magic drawing the double coverage. 5 on the shot clock. Worthy from downtown. And Sky. And fires. Yes! The Lakers are now 15 for 19 from the field. Not that San Antonio is having its difficulties. They are 11 for 15, yet they are trailing by 9. Cummings. That was a 3-point attack. Look out. Magic hit the deck. It'll be San Antonio ball. .244 remaining. First quarter. Sean Elliott will throw. Reggie Williams, played by Byron Scott. Elliott on a quick release. Rebounded by Campbell.
They like the athleticism of Campbell. He blocks shots, he runs the floor. He just needs to be more consistent.
Worthy with 17 points.
How do you play James Worthy when he's shooting it that well? He runs and gets them in fast breaks. He posts up and scores down low. You force him to shoot outside, and he's knocking him out.
San Antonio with the ball. They're down by 11. Nice return pass from Robinson. The rejection by Campbell. Two minutes to go in this first quarter. And Magic Johnson drew the foul. Jack Madden indicating in the act. So he will go to the line.
Every time Robinson touches it, they're double teaming, and then San Antonio counters that by diving a man down the lane. David doing a good job looking for his open teammate in the paint area.
Foul committed by Sean Elliott.
One of the things that Mike Dunleavy told us yesterday, in past years with the Lakers, their starter on offense was always Kareem. They could throw it down low and then read off the double teams. Now they use Magic a lot as the guy to initiate the half-court offense from the post-up.
Lakers have a 12-point lead. Cummings. Sidney Green keeps it alive, throws it away. Green fronting on Campbell.
You have Terry Cummings trying to guard Byron off the dribble.
Nice play. Campbell is stopped by Robinson. That broke up the pick and roll. Green may have gotten away with a travel, and that is emphatically rejected.
When Sam Perkins' arm comes out of the pack, it almost looks like it's above the rim before he even starts to jump off the floor. As you see here, Green almost travels, loses a handle, but then here comes that long arm of Sam to knock it away.
Paul Pressey replacing Sean Elliott. Elliott leads with 4 points. Minute 15 remaining in this opening quarter. Robinson.
That quick turnaround by David Robinson has become his pet or favorite shot. He's so good at moving without the ball with his quickness. Now all of a sudden when he turns and faces you, it's out of his hand.
He was telling us yesterday he spent a good portion of the summer working on a hook shot. Perkins wide open and Scott able to find him. Very few players go with the hook these days. He's just looking to protect the ball and says it's more of a jump hook that he has been working on.
He doesn't feel comfortable with the sweeping hook that we associate with the centers.
Campbell doing a nice job off the boards. 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Scott from three-point land.
When you have confidence in your perimeter game, it's interesting that you pull up and shoot a three on a fast break.
Robinson was triple teamed. Williams not able to hit. Worthy on the rebound. 20 seconds left in the quarter.
The thing that remains to be seen with Reggie Williams is, can he be consistent now throughout the regular season? That's been the problem in the past years. He plays well in the beginning, then seems to fade.
Had a good preseason. There was a question as to whether he'd make the club. That's a three-point attempt. And time is run out as Pressey fires. A red-hot shooting quarter for the Los Angeles Lakers, featuring a 17-4 run. After one, they lead San Antonio by 14. 36-year-old Mike Dunleavy, the man who took over for Pat Riley. Yesterday we asked him about the pressure in taking over the coaching reins in LA.
This year, the expectations of the fans are very high. Coming into a situation like that, you know, a lot of people say, why would you want to put yourself there? There could be other jobs where there's less pressure. But for me, you know, this whole game, everything it's all about is winning a championship. And the Lakers are a team that has a chance to win a championship. We have enough talent.
Mike, you talk to some Laker players, and you get the idea that there are several guys who grew tired of the motivational tactics of Pat Riley. Now, that is not to say the players are correct or that Riley was wrong in his tactics. Some players felt he had become too demanding. Now, that charge was certainly directed at you. How do you react to that from your point of view, or that of Pat Riley, as we get underway here in the second quarter?
Pat was in LA for 9 seasons as the head coach. I was in Atlanta, a combination of 11 seasons between being an assistant and a head coach. They hear you so many times, a little different than college where you turn them over every 4 years. It wears on you eventually.
The Spurs have now missed their last 10 field goal attempts. Lakers lead it by 14, 38-24. Magic backing in. Illegal defense call for the first time, so that'll be the warning. It's called on San Antonio.
Larry Brown doesn't quite agree with it, and most times the coaches don't agree with the illegal defensive calls, but then when you watch the plays over again on the tapes, you seem to see that they're right.
No, you're not saying this. Do you really feel that most of the time?
No, but I can tip once in a while.
Does it reach the point where you know you're not reaching the players?
You can see it in their eyes. You can feel it, that they're tuning you out. And there's no worse feeling. In fact, Larry Brown mentioned that to us, that in that real tough season he had 2 years ago, he would walk into practice and just feel that nobody wanted to listen, nobody wanted to learn. It's a very tough situation with such a long season.
Sidney Green. The Spurs in the midst of a drought. Larry Drew has come on, opening up this second quarter. So Drew and Johnson now at the guards. Campbell with Perkins up front, along with Terry Teagle. Reggie Williams got a piece of it. 5 on the shot clock. Teagle threw it away. Green finding Williams.
Teagle made 2 mistakes on the play. He throws a bad pass and then doesn't cover the backcourt defensively. They're coming after him right now with some full court pressure.
12-point Laker lead. And Sam Perkins doing it from all angles. He now has 12. The high man, James Worthy, is getting a rest. 17 points in the first quarter by Worthy on 8 for 12 shooting. Green off the spin. Spurs get back. Magic dishing it up. Drew not able to hit. And Green rebounds and also caught a piece of Magic.
San Antonio has them outnumbered right now. Reggie up with the quick shot.
And a foul being called. The outside official, Bob Delaney, with the call. Magic Johnson appears to be all right. Took that shot from Sidney Green. Foul called on Terry Teagle, his first.
See, Magic feels that there should be an offensive foul called here on the rebounder, who swings his arms and catches Magic right on the side of the face. Pretty good argument by Magic.
2.5 gone by, second quarter. We'll be right back.
Many times teams will hang in on the rebounder to try and slow down the fast break. Sidney Green feels, this is my territory. I'm entitled to clear this thing out. Instead, he catches Magic in the side of the face.
Magic apparently all right, although he felt there should have been a foul call. Paul Pressey to the foul line. The Lakers matching their biggest lead of the game, a margin of 14. Lakers with a 17-4 run at one stretch in the first quarter. The Spurs missed 11 consecutive shots. In fact, they're only 1 for the last 15 after the good start.
That's one of the problems with the motion game or passing game. We have a lane violation that Jack Madden just spotted, so he'll shoot another one. One of the problems with motion or passing game offense is that many times you wind up settling for a jumper. Pat Riley mentioned to us that in past years, it's always been one of the keys for the Lakers versus San Antonio, that during those stretches when they missed shots, the Lakers would run and score.
Magic setting the offense against Elliott. Oh, what a pass. Perkins missed the layup. Perkins slow to get up. Spurs have the numbers. Elliott, yes, 40-29. Lakers now lead by 11.
He's playing with such great confidence this year. He knows he's stronger than he was a year ago. He knows he's a year under his belt as a pro, and Larry Brown's off his case right now.
Rebounded by Cummings. Williams at the baseline close. Elliott, yes. Sean Elliott has cut it to 9.
See, they can get their running game going now because LA is starting to miss a few shots, and now they're out running. That's the best way for San Antonio to play the open court game.
Teagle from way out. A bad shot by Terry Teagle. Green stepped out and trying to rescue that loose ball.
When they miss shots at their end of the floor, the Lakers, and they try to get back in transition, you see the Spurs who have a quick team hustling down, getting to their spots, a nice pass back out to his teammates spotting up. Elliott's shooting it well.
David Robinson returns. James Worthy has also come on.
You know what I see right now is Terry Teagle's heard so much about how important he's going to be to their team because he gives them instant offense. I think he's trying too hard to get those points up on the board.
Perkins on the rebound. Fans here wanted to travel, but it's a reach-in on Pressey. That is the second on Paul Pressey. 8:20 remaining in this first half, and the Lakers lead by 9. Notre Dame all over Navy, so the Irish have won 27 straight against Navy. Convincing win by Virginia could be a luck on number 1 for the Cavaliers if they're able to go on to the victory. Campbell try to save it. A reminder, at the conclusion of today's game, we'll be selecting the Miller Genuine Draft Player of the game. The Spurs in the midst of a run. And that's an offensive foul. Elliott not agreeing with the call. His second personal. Larry Brown was telling us yesterday that at times Sean last year as a rookie became too hyper, but he has settled down from last year. Also made the point that Sean Elliott has made himself into a very strong defensive player. And another offensive foul this time. It's against Los Angeles.
That's the lack of execution. The timing not quite perfect. Some new guys in the system haven't been there that long. You start to move off that screen before it's set. Offensive foul on the screener.
Perkins called for his first. Terry Cummings had a notion. Reggie Williams shooting. Cummings rebound. Elliott with a high dribble was stripped by Drew. Unselfish play by Larry Drew, setting up James Worthy, who now has 19.
If your defense can pick up some easy scores with block shots, steals, that type of thing, it makes it so much better.
David Robinson has 9 points. The rookie from Michigan, Sean Higgins, making his NBA debut. He is matched defensively with Terry Teagle. So Larry Brown going deeper into his roster, what with the injury suffered by Willie Anderson and Rod Strickland.
Reggie Williams too small, not big enough to guard Worthy, but when he gets him out there, he's in good shape.
Worthy with 2 on his shot clock, had to pump it up, and Perkins keeps it alive.
I'm not quite sure that Mike Dunleavy likes the shot selection right now. Too many times the shot clock is run down. They're just trying to get it up there to avoid a turnover.
Drew is fouled. Reggie Williams called for the hack. 6.5 remaining first half, and a timeout being called by San Antonio. The Lakers 42, the Spurs 33. We'll be back at the Hemisphere in a moment. Back in San Antonio, let's go to Steve Jones.
All right, yesterday, Rod Strickland, you told me that ankle was 60%. What happened? You're on the sideline, dressed up.
Well, I took some x-rays yesterday and found out that it was a hairline fracture. And so, I'm taking precautionary measures and trying to stay out for a little while.
How long do you think you'll be out?
Hopefully not too long, but I guess I'm just going to rest these few days, and hopefully I can play next week.
All right, Marv, they call it a hot spot. Back to you. You got a hot ball game.
All right, Steve, and Willie Anderson out for 3 to 4 weeks. There he is. He's out with a stress fracture of the left leg. He's had chronic shin splints since his college days at Georgia. So San Antonio right now with Strickland also out, going with 10 players. The veteran Mike Mitchell released on Thursday. He may return to Europe where he played last season. 44-33. The Lakers with the lead. 6:20 remaining in this first half. Higgins and Williams now in the backcourt. Cummings got the step. He beat the rookie Campbell.
Because they're doing so much switching on defense, Los Angeles, with the motion game offense, all of a sudden Campbell winds up on Terry Cummings. He recognizes, takes him off the dribble.
Teagle. So Terry Teagle with his first field goal as a member of the LA Lakers. He's a guy who's bounced around his first 3 years. Houston, Detroit, Golden State. Saw some action in the CBA and then established himself with the Golden State Warriors. Found it home by the Bay. Nice pass. Campbell clobbered by Cummings. Terry Cummings called for his second. And Elvin Campbell will go to the free throw line.
Nice hustle by the defensive player, trying to recover from behind. And I thought the officials did a good job of realizing that he was not trying to hurt this player. It was a legitimate attempt at blocking the shot, trying to make a good defensive play, so they just called a 2-shot foul.
Campbell is not a good free throw shooter. Last year at Clemson, 60% from the line. There's been some criticism about Campbell over his collegiate career. People saying that he's an underachiever. Now, he says that his look scared off NBA people, mistaking what he says is a stoic manner for lack of intensity. You buy that, Mike?
Well, the look may have something to do with it, but I think the NBA people were concerned about the games where he basically was missing or had disappeared during the regular season for Clemson.
And Robinson lost it. Lakers take over. David Robinson coming up hobbling. Lakers lead by 12.
David starts to make that quick turn for that jump shot and just gets tangled up in the feet down there.
Michael Thompson has come on. Nice pass. Teagle had it deflected. Elliott off the rebound. Cressy. And Green lost it. Teagle stepped down, so the Spurs get a break.
Looked like Teagle, in trying to dribble out, actually hooked the defensive player and was called for an offensive foul as he tried to initiate their fast break.
Cummings now up front with Green and Robinson. Elliott and Pressey at the guard positions. Green off the spin, shooting over the double team. Tipped up by Cummings. 10-point lead for the Lakers.
We need to give Terry Cummings credit. He's done a real good job on the boards, keeping things alive. He's been the bulk of their rebounding so far.
8 points for Cummings. 4.5 left in this first half. Heard the whistle and the hacking foul called. It's called on Green. Stay with us at halftime. We'll return to our Showtime studios and join Pat Riley and Bob Costas for the Prudential halftime report. They will look into the run and gun offense employed by Paul Westhead and the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets and Golden State in a shootout last night, won by the Warriors. That is the Prudential halftime report coming up halftime right here on NBC.
Mike Dunleavy told us that he had a lot of confidence in these people. He was going to give them their turn, play them their minutes, and he certainly has gone with Campbell and with Drew for key minutes here and a long stretch of key minutes.
Quite a bit of shuffling here in the first half by Dunleavy. Sidney Green sitting down. It is now David Robinson up front with Terry Cummings and David Greenwood. Greenwood coming on. Elliott. Perkins with the good box out. It has been a quiet first half for the man with the ball, Magic Johnson. Lakers trying to isolate Elliott and Johnson. 4 on the shot clock. Worthy off the spin, and he was blocked by Greenwood.
I'm not so sure that David Greenwood didn't do a real good job defensively. He forced Worthy into taking a shot that he didn't want. He kept a little bit of distance here in the low post area. James tried to beat him on the first step, couldn't do it. Actually, James turned into him and initiated the contact. That's a tough one to call.
David Greenwood picking up the foul. The Spurs over the limit. Worthy's still one of the quicker players in the game. Does it with that spin move. And he got the call.
He said, I still love playing the game, but I also understand the job side of it, that we need to show up here and perform. Because of the parity, it's going to be tougher than ever.
It is a 12-point lead for the Lakers. They've led by as many as 14. And they have led virtually all the way. Greenwood wide open and Cummings found it.
More of that back picking in the motion of passing game offense shakes people free.
Away from the ball, Terry Cummings called for a push on Sam Perkins. And Larry Brown upset. Now, Larry was telling us yesterday that he plans to be a bit more quiet on the bench. He says he does not want to get involved as he has in the past, although on the other hand, you want to show your players you're in the ball game and you're supporting them.
It's a fine line because you don't want the officials to feel that you're crying and griping on every call. At the same time, the players want you to stand up for them and defend them when they feel that they're right. So as a coach, you have to feel your way through that situation. Larry mentioned it was difficult during the season that we didn't win too many games. It becomes easier when you win 56.
Terry Cummings.
11-point lead for the Lakers. Terry Cummings departs. Is with 8 points. Robinson off the double team. Found Pressey and he was fouled. Foul called on Magic. That is his first.
Magic Johnson.
And now the Lakers over the limit. So Paul Pressey will shoot a pair. Paul Pressey, the man who popularized the point forward role under Don Nelson at Milwaukee. He had his problems all last year. He was bothered by a number of injuries.
The poor man could never really get back and get into the flow of the action. Every time he seemed to return, he had another injury come up, and then he wasn't happy, as you said. By going back to San Antonio, he joins his good friend, Terry Cummings.
Another lane violation. The Lakers claim that Greenwood stepped in too quickly. Earlier, Elvin Campbell stepped in, allowing the Spurs an extra foul shot. They were not able to take advantage. And once again, it's called on the Lakers. It was either Magic or Perkins. Another opportunity for Pressey.
It's that little pause, hesitation at the top of his shot that draws him in the lane.
He gives a head fake at the foul line. 10-point lead for the Lakers. 3.5 remaining in this first half. Worthy lost it. Thought he was fouled. Elliott blowing by Johnson. And he will go to the line. Foul committed by Sam Perkins, his second.
Paul Pressey, when he gets right at the top of the shot, you'll see him pause for a second. The player's anticipating that it's going to come out of his hand, already in the lane, because they're allowed to step in once it's released.
Sean Elliott, a superb free throw shooter, 87% last year. He did not emerge as the immediate superstar that some people projected, but he will be a star in this league.
No question, he's going to be an outstanding player in this league for a lot of years.
Lakers calling for time. 3:16 remaining. First half, the Laker lead has been trimmed to 8. Sean Elliott off to a good start. 10 points, 4 for 7 from the field. Larry Brown has been known to be rough on rookies, and last season he frequently lashed out at Sean Elliott.
A lot of people come into the NBA expecting different things from their coaches. I didn't know it was going to be like that. It was pretty rough. They called me the whipping boy. So yeah, the whipping boy. But this year it's Dwayne, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
So last year, Sean Elliott, the whipping boy. This season, the rookie from Florida who has not played thus far, Dwayne Shinsis. San Antonio's #1, but he lasted until the 24th pick. Certainly a question mark because of his run-ins with coaches and players in college. Quit the team. Had some weight and attitude problems. But the Spurs taking a shot with him. 8-point Laker lead. Just under 3 to go. First half. Beautiful move by Perkins, who now has 16.
And they all stayed at home defensively that time for San Antonio. Did not run and double team quickly. That's something Larry Brown wanted to be able to do.
Robinson stripped and fouled. Scott came over to help out. We're now seeing a combination of Michael Thompson and Sam Perkins. Vlade Divac started the game, picked up the 2 fouls early, and we have not seen him since.
And that's the flexibility that Mike Dunleavy feels he has now. One guy like a Divac gets off to a tough start. He doesn't feel it's a good matchup out there trying to guard David Robinson. He goes with a smaller, quicker center.
Reggie Williams rejected by Michael Thompson, but he was fouled. Good first step by Reggie Williams.
You may notice that James Worthy is guarding the big guard defensively. You say, well, why are they doing that? The reason is because after the 2 guard, or in this case, Reggie Williams shoots it, Worthy now can take off and run on the fast break, and it's tough for San Antonio to match back up with him in transition.
Reggie Williams, good free throw shooter, right around the 80% mark. Laker lead is 8. They've led by as many as 14. They had that 17-4 run in the first quarter. And at one stretch, the Spurs missed 11 consecutive shots. Now Worthy guarded by Pressey. Looks to back him in. Worthy using his height advantage. He now has 23. He's the high man. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. First half. Elliott. Yes. Sean Elliott with 12. Lakers 55. The Spurs 47. Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Steve Jones. The premier telecast for the NBA on NBC before packed house in San Antonio. Robinson and Greenwood bottling up Magic Johnson. And the foul is called on Robinson, his second.
That two-man play of Magic and the center playing pick and roll has been in their repertoire for a long time. Magic saw the seam, took it strong. San Antonio closed down the lane to the basket.
The NBA's most valuable player for the second straight year, Magic Johnson, narrowly beating out Charles Barkley and Michael Jordan. MVP 3 of the last 4 years, and he's given his club a 10-point lead. The whistle away from the ball, and the foul against the Lakers. No, they say illegal defense for the first time. So the Spurs get the new 24. Terry Teagle is getting set to check in. He's being waved on. Replacing James Worthy. Worthy 10 for 15 for 23 points.
Nice move, Worthy, with 2 fouls. By taking him out with a minute and a half to go, you save his fouls for the second half. Don't have to worry about foul trouble here.
Robinson off a double team. He'll go to the line. Teagle coming over to help. Called for the hold. So Robinson to the foul line. Tomorrow on NFL Live, O.J. Simpson explores the origins of Bo Jackson, arguably the greatest American athlete of our time. We will reveal the Bo you don't know on NFL Live tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern Time on NBC.
I just enrolled in that course, Build a Body Like Bo.
Very nice, Mike. You're on your way. Elliott with a good save. Greenwood from Robinson. To a 7-point Laker lead.
Nice interior passing by big people to each other. It's fun to see.
Down to 9 on the shot clock. 3-point attempt by Scott. Robinson rebound. And deflected out by Perkins.
They need David to assert himself a little bit more on the glass, take over. If he can start to sweep the defensive boards, it'll let them run and help out.
David Robinson will sit down. 10 points, 2 personal fouls. That's the rookie from Michigan, Sean Higgins, coming on for his second stint. And Sidney Green also returns. Just under 1 minute left, first half.
Larry wanted to call a set play, but he looked out on the floor and saw so many new people. He just said motion, passing game.
Elliott again able to keep it alive, but a whistle on the play. And a loose ball foul was called. That is number 3 on Sean Elliott. That's why he was able to keep it alive. Called for the push.
Good job of boxing out that time by A.C. Green, and Elliott just a little bit over anxious, trying to help the team catch up. Commits his 3rd foul.
So he sits down. A strong first half for Elliott with 12 points. A.C. Green, 75% free throw shooter. A.C. and Byron Scott were the subject of many trade rumors during the course of the offseason involving Cleveland, Indiana, the Knicks. Talk of several possible package deals, but they're still here.
Houston, big rumor with Houston involving 3 players from the Lakers and for Olajuwon.
Greenwood on the rebound. Lakers by 8 as we wind down in the first half.
See if they try to get a quick shot up and go 2 for 1, meaning 2 shots for them, 1 for the Lakers.
Reggie Williams on the follow. Stopped by Elvin Campbell. So the rookie from Clemson has done a nice job in this first half.
He's a factor out there defensively. That's something that every team can use, is shot blockers, people to intimidate, change other people's shot attempts.
Lakers, who have done a lot of shuffling, have succeeded off the bench. Higgins on a quick release. Yes. Sean Higgins, San Antonio's second selection on the second round, has his first NBA field goal. The Laker lead is down to 6. 10 on the shot clock. Magic fires it out. 5 on the 24, and a foul is called. It is a blocking foul on Reggie Williams of the Spurs with 10 seconds left in the half.
Reggie defensively was trying to keep Byron out of the middle of the floor, but that leg is still moving when the contact takes place. Good call.
Byron Scott in his 8th year out of Arizona State. Last year, an off-season bothered by nagging injuries, did not shoot well. Only 47%, average about 15 a game. Did have success with the three-point bomb. And apparently was bothered by a hamstring pull for the most part throughout the season. The Lakers by 8. Greenwood looking for help. Time running down to the half. Higgins played by Green. Down to 3. Greenwood. Yes. 1 and 3/10 seconds remaining. And AC Green just decides to tuck it under. The Spurs have come back from a 14-point deficit off the early hot shooting by the Lakers, led by James Worthy, who has 23 points at halftime. It's a 6-point lead for the Lakers in our premier NBA broadcast here on NBC. Now to Bob Costas and Pat Riley for the Prudential halftime report. And Mike, you take a look back at this first half. Aside from the scoring exploits of James Worthy, who's the high man with 23, and Sean Elliott has 12, the Lakers have been able to maintain the dominance despite the fact that Magic Johnson was not a factor in that half.
They shot the ball extremely well. We have to give Sean Elliott a lot of credit. He has played Magic extremely well. But like Magic told us, the bottom line is to win. Any way we have to do it, we'll get it done.
Elliott seems to be occupying Magic in the first half. Let's take a look at the shooting percentages. Lakers had the hot hand, 21 for 39 for just under 54%, while the Spurs at 47 on 22 for 47. That despite Sidney Green 0 for 6 and Reggie Williams 1 for 7.
Those percentages are even more impressive when you realize that there have been a combined total of 11 blocked shots already in this first half, 6 by the Lakers and 5 by the Spurs. Normally that brings the shooting percentages down, so that shows you how well both teams are shooting the ball.
David Robinson with 3 of the blocked shots. Robinson 4 for 5 from the floor, 10 points in all. Let's go to Steve Jones.
All right, Larry, I never thought I'd see a North Carolina guy do another North Carolina guy in. Worthy hurt you in that first half. What kind of defense are you going to play on him?
Well, if they're going to make every jump shot, Steve, we're going to lose. I mean, that's what I told the guys. We just got to keep plugging. I almost put you in the game. We had to improvise with our bench. As long as they shoot jumpers, we got a chance. If they make them all, we're not supposed to win.
All right, how about David Robinson? You got to try to get him more involved in the second half offensively.
Yeah, I told our guys, we got so many crazy lineups, nobody knows who's supposed to be back, so we got to make the extra pass. And every time we've thrown it into him just about, he's either scored, got fouled, or got it to somebody, and we got to direct the ball there. All
right, I got to direct it over to Marv. Back to you.
All right, the one-time Carolina Cougar and a man who played for Larry Brown with the Cougars, Steve Jones. 6-point Laker lead. We'll be right back. 17-9 run at the end of the second quarter to get back into it. And there is James Worthy, 10 for 15 from the field, 23 points. Larry Brown mentioning that it certainly was a jump shooting clinic on the part of the Lakers in the first half.
Let's keep in mind, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. If they're going to continue to shoot those perimeter shots, inevitably you hit that cold streak, and perhaps San Antonio can catch him.
And the Laker bench has done a good job. Mike Dunleavy with quite a bit of shuffling in this first half. Vlade Divac back on the floor. He picked up the early fouls and sat down. Greenwood slapping it away. 10 on the shot clock. We are underway in the third quarter, and the Lakers open up with Divac up front with Worthy and Green, Johnson and Scott in the backcourt. There's Magic. That was a three-point attack. Greenwood out for Elliott. Cummings. Not a good shot. And the Lakers look to run. AC Green. 62-54. Lakers by 8.
That whole transition took place because Worthy was all the way down the floor. The Spur back there deep had to cover him. As a result, they filled the right lane for the easy layup.
David Robinson making it look very easy and going around Vlade Divac, and then he was fouled.
Larry Brown has made an adjustment defensively. He started out this half with David Greenwood playing James Worthy. The first thing the Lakers did is try and bring Greenwood away from the basket and let Worthy take him off the dribble.
Foul called on Magic, his second. So Robinson to the foul line. A 73% foul shooter last season. A tremendous rookie campaign for the overall #1 draft pick back in 1987. He fulfilled his 2-year military obligation. San Antonio waited out. And David arrived last season with a flourish, averaging 24 points, 12 rebounds, taking Rookie of the Year honors. Scott. And that was last touched by the Lakers. Divac says no, it was deflected by the Spurs. Spurs down by 6. Minute and a half in. Third quarter. Now Divac on Cummings, goes right around him.
That was all set up at the half by Larry. He saw that the Lakers were switching all that stuff, so he started to run the play. Cummings got the switch and then took him off the dribble. He can't play him off the dribble, no way.
Foul called on San Antonio. It's on Greenwood.
Here we see that Vlade's trying to guard Terry Cummings on the outside. Terry Cummings recognizes it, doesn't settle for the jumper, puts it on the floor, gets to the rim.
Lakers get the new 24. This is a Laker team that won 5 NBA titles in the 80s. But now the new look LA Lakers got are Pat Riley and Michael Cooper, Orlando Woolridge. Robinson for Cummings, wide open. Yes, it is down to a 2-point Laker lead. Magic putting the move on Pressey. It is a 4-on-2 led by Robinson for Pressey. It'll be San Antonio ball.
He is such an outstanding passer for a big man. When he started that fast break, Robinson said, maybe I should give it up and fill the lane. But then he said, I'm going to keep it myself in my hand. I'll make the decision at the end. A good decision, just a blown layup.
The Lakers decide to talk it over. A timeout taken. 9:46 remaining in the third quarter. Welcome back to San Antonio, Texas. Capacity crowd, close to 16,000 on hand, and they have enjoyed seeing their Spurs make it back. They are within 2 of the Lakers.
This is one of those situations where the coach is saying, oh no, my center's leading the fast break. But as he comes off the floor, he says, hey, nice job, big fella, leading the fast break. Good decision.
Robinson leading it, led Pressey. Pressey not able to hit, but it was deflected out by the Lakers, so San Antonio with the ball. Robinson off a set play, beats Divac, and the game is tied at 62.
Once again, a result of a back pick, forced to switch. They just threw it up in the air. He jumped against a much smaller guy.
8 consecutive points by the Spurs.
Their defense is up right now. They're more aggressive. They force a turnover, and now they're out running.
Robinson. And he was held. Good setup from Pressey. David Robinson will go to the foul line.
The defense starts the offense. Pressey sees his big man working hard. He rewards him, takes it to the basket. Worthy at least stops the score by getting him on his arm.
Divac, who has had a very difficult time defensively, committing the foul, his third.
When teams are up, pressuring the passer, denying passing lanes, here he comes around the low post area and deflects it. It means so much to the total picture of getting easy shots at the other end.
The Spurs take the lead. Robinson has 15.
Once again, hands, defense, deflections, and now we're out running in the break.
Greenwood resets it. Elliott. 6 on the shot clock. Cummings. And Perkins rebounds. Lakers with the ball, trailing by 1. They've led by as many as 14. They've led most of the way. Worthy off the spin. Divac missed the tip. Greenwood deflecting. And here's Cummings controlling.
Sometimes the bounce of the ball just goes your way.
Sensational play by David Greenwood to keep it alive. San Antonio by 3. Out of 4 on the shot clock. Perkins. 11 consecutive points by the Spurs. Elliott now matched with Scott. Cummings. Yes. 13 consecutive points by the Spurs. They've taken a 5-point lead. The Lakers call for time.
Picks up. It just seems to make so many things happen. You got people scrambling, deflecting, keeping balls alive, and then who knows what's going to happen. A great effort by Greenwood getting on the floor to tip it over to Pressey. He looks up, and suddenly we've got an uncontested fast break.
(67-62). San Antonio overtaking the Los Angeles Lakers off a 13-0 run. This quarter, they've outscored the Lakers 13-2. Cummings with 8 of the 13 points. Divac and Greenwood, who has been a major factor in this run, able to pull it off. Elliott. And the loose ball foul on Cummings. Is number 4 for Terry Cummings, who, as I mentioned, has had the hot hand this third quarter.
That's a very, very important foul right there. If Terry Cummings comes out of the game right now, that means the guy who was their best rebounder in the first half is missing. A guy who's been taking people off the dribble and hits outside shots. They're going to miss him now.
Reggie Williams checking in. Cummings sits down with 16 of the 4 fouls. Byron Scott. The Lakers have gone cold. Again, Greenwood with the rebound. Sean Elliott, yes. 14 for Elliott. Spurs lead by 7.
When you're going cold, normally you want to get somebody down low, post it up, get away from those jump shots, see if you can get to the foul line at least.
Magic Johnson called for a traveling violation. The Lakers 0 for their last 9.
When you go back to the playoffs, remember the frustration that set in with Magic in that series that they were eliminated, where he basically tried to take over himself that last game. He sees it slipping right now. See if he tries to do it again.
Pass play broken up. And Magic Johnson is upset. He thought it was last touched by San Antonio. Magic to this point has been held in check, and he is very frustrated. Has not been a good game for him, and he's feeling it with his Lakers down by 7, and he felt that he did not get the call.
As the ball's going out of bounds, actually unfortunately, Magic doesn't reach out and touch it at all, so maybe the official had a poor angle.
Sidney Green is back in. 3 on the shot clock. Elliott. Yes. And it counts.
And isn't it something that it just happens to be the same official who makes the call on Magic, that Magic just got on his case a little bit about the out-of-bounds play. They have a way of getting it back.
17 unanswered points by the Spurs. Foul on Magic is third. Elliott completing a three-point play for an 18-0 run. San Antonio by 10. They've trailed by as many as 14.
In the past, when something like this would take place, the Lakers would go to their 1-3-1 half-court trap to try and turn it around.
Magic was smothered. Robinson with the rejection.
David changed one shot and blocked that one last 2 times down.
Sidney Green now 0 for 7. Scott lost it. It's a 3-on-1. Sean Elliott for David Robinson. And he's fouled by James Worthy, who just apologized.
David Robinson averaged almost 4 blocked shots a game last season. Last trip down, he changed Perkins' shot. This time he comes and gets Magic's from the other side of the lane. Outstanding defensive play.
5:35 remaining. Third quarter. Timeout taken. San Antonio with a 10-point lead. Well, there's still a long way to go in this game, but for Magic Johnson, it has not been a good one at this point. 1 for 4 from the field, 5 assists, only 5 points, and you saw the reaction of a call he thought should have gone the Laker way and did not.
This man is such a winner, and he's so determined to prove that the Lakers can do it once again this year that he's trying to get everyone on his team inspired, realizing that this game has slipped out of their hands.
David Robinson 5 for 8 from the foul line. San Antonio with 19 unanswered points. Magic Johnson telling we know how to win. Point lead for the Spurs with 5.5 remaining in the third quarter. On the shot clock. Byron Scott, yes. So the Lakers finally cut through. Scott with 9 points. Lakers down by 10.
It's easier said than done, but you have to try to control those people off the dribble so that the Lakers can't spot up their people in those areas for wide open shots. Keep Magic in front of you. That's what Larry told us yesterday.
Robinson off the fake. San Antonio leads by 12. 19 for David Robinson. Eldon Campbell showing a nice move. Campbell just checked back in. He played well in the first half in his NBA debut. It will be San Antonio ball, last touched by the Lakers.
Actually, the Lakers had a fast break that time, but the inexperience of Eldon Campbell, he didn't realize that Worthy was out in front. He should have just slowed up a little bit. It would have been a wide open lob pass for Worthy.
The final stats on that San Antonio run. Lakers missed 9 consecutive shots before Scott hit, and a 20-0 run. There's a 3-on-1. Scott stripped by Williams. Beautiful play by Reggie Williams to break it up. However, he did deflect it out.
He was actually caught back there. 3-on-1 and maybe a 4th man hustle, and he got a hand in there just before Byron could deliver the ball.
Perkins with Worthy and Campbell up front. Johnson and Scott at the guards. Campbell, yes. Eldon Campbell with his first NBA field goal. #1 draft pick, rookie out of Clemson. Lakers have, or I should say the Spurs have a 10-point lead with just under 4 minutes to go in the third. Robinson. Scott picked up by Williams. Worthy setting it and shooting. Yes.
James saw that he had a mismatch. David Robinson outside playing against James Worthy. He didn't want to get beat off the dribble. He gave him the shot.
Worthy with 25. Larry Brown calling for time with 3:38 left in the third quarter, and the Spurs lead the Lakers 76-68. They trailed by as many as 14. Well, we had an interesting chat yesterday with Magic Johnson, and he said, yes, we know how to win. We do what it takes to win. Winning is everything. Normally that might sound corny, but delivered by the Magic Man, I was ready to go through the wall, Mike. I don't know about you.
He told us this is the Laker way, and those are the things about winning that we understand here, and we had to sit down with the new people and explain to them what it's all about to be a Laker. He said, we don't care about the money. All of that stuff will come with winning. It doesn't matter right now, okay, unless you understand that we here play only for the championship. That's what it's about, being a Laker.
It's a Laker team that won 5 NBA championships throughout the 1980s. A reminder, tomorrow, start your day 12:30 Eastern Time with NFL Live. O.J. Simpson will visit with the two-sport superstar, Bo Jackson. It'll be a candid, revealing interview, and then most of you will see Bo and the first place Los Angeles Raiders go up against Christian Okoye and the explosive Kansas City Chiefs. And the second half of the doubleheader, Buffalo Bills will be at Cleveland, plus regional action. We suggest you check your local listings for the game and time in your area. Well, the San Antonio Spurs have turned it around after a slow start. They did pick it up in the first half, but they have been on fire here in the third, while the Lakers open at that blistering pace, led by James Worthy. They have cooled off considerably here in the third quarter.
In the entire first half, San Antonio only had 4 fast breaks. Already they're out 4 times or more in this quarter, and that's going to pick up your shooting percentage.
Spurs doing it today without their starting backcourt. Willie Anderson is out 3 to 4 weeks because of a stress fracture in his left leg. Now, we were aware that Rod Strickland had an ankle prop, but today it was revealed that Strickland is out also with a stress fracture of the ankle, and he'll be out 7 to 10 days, so the veteran Paul Pressey getting the nod in the backcourt. Green sweeping the rebound, and he blows the layup. Sidney Green has had his difficulties in his debut as a member of the San Antonio Spurs. Sidney now 0 for 8.
One of the reasons that the Spurs are able to hang in there, losing their starting backcourt this way, is because they acquired 3 veteran guys who have been through it before.
The Lakers showing some signs. Byron Scott has 11. The Lakers now down by 6. Just under 3 minutes to go. Third quarter, Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Steve Jones from the hemisphere, San Antonio, Texas. Green, make it 0 for 9.
Right now, San Antonio does not have a go-to guy down in the post area. They're resting David Robinson. They've come out and now run passing game motion offense, and that leads to jump shots frequently.
But when you are obviously not hitting, the coach doesn't want you to keep shooting. It's not as if a shooter is shooting himself back into it.
Well, the batter has to keep swinging if he's in a slump, so I guess the shooter keeps shooting.
When I say shooter, I mean good shooter, shooting himself back into it. David Robinson will throw it in as he replaces David Greenwood. Greenwood's done a nice job off the boards, leads with 8 points. Robinson for Pressey. Rebounded by Campbell.
There's that post-up threat. Once Robinson comes back in, he draws the double team, finds his open teammate.
Worthy backing Elliott. Beautifully done by James Worthy. And that San Antonio lead has been trimmed to 4. Worthy has 27 points. Pressey picked up by Worthy. And Pressey whipped right by him. 78-72, San Antonio. Minute and a half left in the third quarter. Scott came off the pick. Williams stayed with him. Good play by Green to break it up. 8 for him on the 24.
You can just feel a drop right now in San Antonio's defensive level of pressure and intensity. Perhaps they're worrying too much that they're missing some shots at the other end and forgetting how they got back in and took the lead with good, solid, aggressive defense.
Out of 3 on the shot clock. 2, 1, Worthy. And Sean Elliott comes away with it. Pressing for Green, broken up by Magic Johnson.
What San Antonio would like to do is stay at home with their outside people, not have to double team. Worthy realizes no one's coming to get him. He makes his quick move around for the score.
A minute 3 left. Third quarter. Nice play, yes. It counts. Pressing, finding Robinson.
The skill of a point guard when you post him up down low and he draws attention in the post-up area. You see 2 or 3 Lakers moving towards Pressey. He finds the open man underneath. The eyes of a point guard.
Well, Pressey has done an excellent job in getting the bulk of the playing time at the point guard position. Worthy was called on the foul. He has 4. 22 points for David Robinson.
One of the luxuries of passing game or motion offense is that a number of people can initiate it for you, and that's what San Antonio's been able to do with their starting backcourt out.
Perkins, tough angle shot, and run into by Sean Higgins. That will put Perkins at the line.
What happens is once San Antonio decides they're going to double team, they start scrambling on the weak side or away from the ball to cover the people who are spotting up or standing behind the three-point line. We know that Perkins can knock down three-pointers, so you have to get to him quickly. He gives a little ball fake and then gets inside you for the shot attempt.
Sam Perkins, most valuable player of the NCAA Final Four. North Carolina won the title. Co-captain of the 1984 gold medal U.S. Olympic team in his 8th season in the NBA. His first 7 with Dallas, signed with the Lakers back in August as a free agent, signing that enormous contract. 35 seconds left, third quarter. Robinson, Pressey gets the new 24.
And check the shot clock immediately to see if they wanted to go for a quick shot or play for the last one. We'll see them run this clock down all the way now.
Down to 10 on the shot clock.
What they'll try to do is break them down off the dribble, draw someone, and kick to an open man.
Robinson. And Green lost it. 4 seconds to go in the quarter. Off a double team, fires. So that's the end of 3 here in San Antonio. Spurs lead by 8. David Robinson with 22 points, 12 in the third quarter. We'll be back after these words and a message from your local station. Fellows look in their best in terms of sartorial splendor, I'd have to say.
2 handsome devils.
Wow. Fourth quarter underway. Lakers were outscored 27-13 by San Antonio in the third. Spurs turn it over. So the Los Angeles Lakers at one point missed 9 consecutive field goal attempts. They were the victim of a 20-0 run. Scott rebounded by Robinson, the high point man of the game. James Worthy with 27. David Robinson with 22. And Sean Elliott has 17.
You can just see Sidney Green feels uncomfortable out there. He's not sure, but he's trying so hard because he wants to help. Just can't do it.
And he just turned it over on the travel. Sidney Green, a recent acquisition from the Orlando Magic. In fact, Green had found a home in Orlando. He had been elected team captain. Larry Brown delighted with the pickup. In fact, said he tried to recruit Sidney when he was at UCLA. But Sidney has had his troubles in his debut here for San Antonio. Good play by Higgins. Higgins going glass. Sean Higgins, the rookie from Michigan, who has a good outside touch, sometimes does not have a conscience when it comes to shot selection, but he's played well in his brief stint. Magic clobber. Reggie Williams looking for a jump ball, but Magic will go to the line.
No, Sean Higgins does not necessarily need a 24-second clock out here, Marv. He's going to get it up as soon as he can. He knew this was his spot on the floor. It was nice that he made a good defensive play and then was rewarded at the other end. Got a chance for his jumper.
83-74. Lakers trail by 9. Magic 5 for 6 from the line. Spurs now by 8. We're just getting started in the 4th here at the Hemisphere in San Antonio. Robinson foul, hit from behind by Perkins.
David Robinson is so quick in the low post area that they faked the lob that time. He spun as if he was heading to the rim and then came right back and ducked or stepped in front of his defensive player for the post-up move and then kind of kept him off balance with that little pump fake, showed it, started to go up and drew the foul.
Now they changed the foul. They say Scott on a reach around rather than Perkins. Second for Scott. Here's David Greenwood. Reggie Williams sitting down. Terry Cummings is back. So it is Robinson up front with Greenwood and Cummings, Elliott, and Pressey at the guard spots.
Larry Brown bought the 2 minutes during the timeout, then a minute and a half to start this 4th quarter. Had those guys on the floor, took them back out, and here's his regulars again.
San Antonio by 9. Minute and a half gone by in the 4th. Worthy sets it on Greenwood. And Pressey starts back. Robinson off the pass from Cummings.
When you have big people that are unselfish and will look for one another and then can pass on the interior like that, it just makes it look like good basketball. 25 points for David Robinson. San Antonio leads by 11. Teagle way off. Just did get a piece of the glass. You can see Larry Brown shouting from the sidelines, don't get beat off the dribble. Make him shoot it from the outside.
Cummings try to find Greenwood while on the move and threw it away.
David Robinson slips the screen that time, pretends he's going to screen for his teammate, and instead ducks right back to the ball.
Lakers taking a timeout. 9.5 to go in the 4th. The new coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Mike Dunleavy, 36-year-old out of Brooklyn. He was an excellent playmaking scoring guard at South Carolina, 6th-round pick of the Philadelphia 76ers. Landed with Houston for a 4-year stay. Also played here in San Antonio. Played for Milwaukee. Made that 5-game comeback last year under emergency conditions with the Bucks, who were depleted by injuries. Hit a couple of 3-pointers in the process. Took some time out from basketball. Worked on Wall Street for a while, and then went back as an assistant with the Bucks. Now hitman of the Lakers, Worthy. And it's now an 86-77 lead for San Antonio. 29 points for James Worthy. Gone by in the 4th. Cummings. Terry Cummings has 18. He comes off the excellent 3rd quarter. San Antonio leads by 11. Teagle guarded by Cummings. Magic picked up by Greenwood and called for a travel.
Magic trying to play the 2-man game, a little pick and roll, and what's happening is San Antonio's defense is doing such a very good job of collapsing in on him that it's tough for him to find room to get in there. As you see, here come the white jerseys to try and close off that passing lane. He tries to step through, and that extra big step causes the travel.
Michael Thompson has returned for the Lakers. Worthy jumping out. Elliott back. Worthy. Rebounded by Sean Elliott.
But you can see the philosophy once again. He backed off of James Worthy. He wasn't going to let him take it to the basket and try and dunk it on him. Make a jumper if you can, James. We think eventually you're going to stop making them. That's what's happened here.
Robinson. Perkins not looking for the pass. And Bob Delaney with a foul call. It's on Perkins.
Worthy makes the good defensive play by shooting the passing lane, and now as he comes to the attack area, Sean basically backs off and says, go ahead and shoot it. If you can make it, fine, but you're not going to take it to the rim.
Spurs with the ball. They lead by 11. Nice pass for Robinson. Shot clock is down to 10. Reggie Williams setting up. Shot clock to 2. Elliott, too late. 24-second violation.
What San Antonio is doing is they're trying to utilize the clock, understand how much time they have left each trip down, and not take a hurried shot. They're confident that if they run their motion passing game offense, they'll free up one of those big people inside. That time the Lakers played good D.
Magic Johnson. Very friendly roll for Magic. He now has 9. 88-79. San Antonio with the lead. They were down by as many as 14. They reeled off 20 unanswered points in the third quarter to take the lead. Reggie Williams, he forced it, but he hit it.
I'm not quite sure that's the shot Larry wanted, but we'll take it right now.
90-79. San Antonio by 11. Magic Johnson getting inside and was pushed. He will go to the line. Elliott committing his 4th. Timeout called by the Spurs. 6:55 to go in the 4th quarter. Guess I'm just talking. There is Mike Dunleavy. And who took over for Pat Riley following last season. And I mentioned a moment ago that he made a 5-game comeback last year under emergency conditions. The Milwaukee Bucks were hard hit by injury. Mike, a assistant coach with the Bucks at the time, hit a couple of 3-pointers. There is the stat line on the 5 games of Mike Dunleavy last season.
We would refer to him as a gym rat. In fact, yesterday we saw him out in practice in the shooting games once again. Still feels like he can do it.
Hitting those long-range pops, but I don't think, even if the Lakers are hard hit by injury, that we'll see Mike back on. He may have to fight off the general manager, Jerry West.
2 great shooters.
Magic Johnson. 1 out of 2 for a 10-point San Antonio lead. Just under 7 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter. Robinson, Cummings, Greenwood up front. Pressey, Elliott at the guards. 7 on the 24. Cummings. They trap Magic. Opportunity here for the Lakers to make a run. The Spurs have hit some dead time. 5 on the shot clock. Michael Thompson down to an 8-point lead.
David Greenwood just a little bit late on the rotation that time. Goal taking place. He's the next guy to come. He never made it over there.
Pressey finding Elliott. And he was fouled on that reverse attempt.
As we see the pick and roll taking place here, the 2-man game of basketball, the screener slips the screen and heads to the basket. The next defensive guy in the rotation should be coming over right now to help out. David Green was just a little bit late getting there. Instead, we get a layup out of it.
Terry Teagle with the foul to put Sean Elliott at the line. He's now 4 for 4 from the line for 18 points. Spurs 92 and the Lakers 82. San San Antonio Spurs have won 7 straight regular season games. That goes back to the end of last year. And they've won 9 straight at home. Worthy back to an 8-point San Antonio lead.
We've seen Magic now in the last 2 or 3 minutes really starting to take over. Everything's happening from him.
Greenwood lost it. Lakers with the numbers. Teagle. So Teagle set up by Magic. It is now a 6-point lead, and Larry Brown calls for timeout with 5:19 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Worthy gets the ball back in Magic's hands. The guy who's the good decision maker. He looks across the floor and finds Teagle. Good catch and knocks it out off the glass by Terry.
It is a 6-point San Antonio lead. We'll be back right after these messages.
With the Angels general manager Bob Bass. Bob, your team has shown a great deal of flexibility, but you got a big concern in that backcourt. What are you going to do with Strickland and Anderson?
Well, 28 days playing one way, and then we got to play this on opening day. What a struggle. Larry's doing a great job juggling that lineup. So, let's hope we can hang on.
Well, you look for another player?
We got to look for one, not 2, but just one. We hope we can find one, Steve.
All right, Mike Fratello, he said he needs you on his team. Let's go back to Mike and Mark.
Okay. Well, he always said he wanted a great foul shooter coming off the bench, and obviously he heard about my reputation on the line.
Bob Bass, the executive of the year in the NBA, selected by the Sporting News following last season. 92-86. Spurs by 6 over the Lakers. We come up on 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and the Spurs have gone cold. The officials checking out the call. Last touched by the Lakers, so San Antonio maintains possession.
Remember, they like to throw that little lob in this situation. Try to force the switch and get it up in the air.
Terry Cummings. Sam Perkins gets to it. Lakers have Magic Johnson with Terry Teagle in the backcourt. Sam Perkins, Michael Thompson, James Worthy up front. They collapse on Worthy. Perkins with a 3-pointer. 3-point field goal for Sam Perkins, his 2nd of the game. He has 20 points. It is now only a 3-point lead for San Antonio.
That's the thing that Larry Brown did not want them to have to do, collapse back on the post-up people, because they knock out too many threes with their perimeter shooters.
Cummings, 94-89. Spurs on top. San Antonio in the timeout situation with 2:20 remaining. Lakers have 3 left. We're down to 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Worthy, yes, and that a difficult angle shot. Worthy has 33 points. Pressing met by Teagle. Cummings played by Worthy. So Cummings with 22, 96, 91, San Antonio.
Terry Cummings is a very good jump shooter when he's going to his left or standing still. You have to try to make him put the ball on the floor and going to his right hand.
Magic Johnson, yes. That's a 3-point bomb. It's down to a 2-point Spur lead. 3:15 remaining in the 4th. Crowd getting back into it. Cummings off the dribble.
But going to his left hand again. He loves going left. He loves when you let him stand still shooting it.
The Spurs by 4. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the 4th. Thompson setting the pick. Robinson on the switch covering Magic. And an illegal defense call, so that will be a technical foul. That's the 2nd call on the Spurs.
Terry Cummings realizes that there's been a...
And Magic Johnson hit the tee.
Terry Cummings realizes there's a mismatch. He anticipates the pass to the post and starts to come across, but no one is there with the ball, so he has to get out of there. Took too long to do it. The referee sees him coming, calls the illegal defense.
Spurs by 3. On the 24. Worthy. Robinson rebound. Cummings. Yes, and it counts.
When you have the ball to break and an open path to the basket, you tell them, take it strong and dunk it, get us to 3. There are other ways of getting 3 points.
Teagle called for the foul. His 4th three-point play for Cummings. Spurs 101. Lakers 95. 2:15 left in the 4th. Magic from downtown. The box out by Greenwood. Sean Elliott is hammered.
With 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go and down only 6 points, maybe a little bit surprising that the Lakers would come down and go for a 3 right away, rather than get it down inside, perhaps make some things happen down low, get to the foul line, do it that way.
Foul committed by Perkins for his 4th. Lakers calling for time. When we come back, Sean Elliott will go back to the line. 2:02 remaining in the 4th. Stay with us. Well, the crowd is chanting, "We want it now." That's the new theme here in San Antonio, on the Spurs with that 6-point lead on the LA Lakers. They've done a very fine job here this afternoon when you consider they are without their starting backcourt, Willie Anderson and Rod Strickland.
2 things. When you're playing with the emotion that they have and the emotion that's in this building, you can get a lot of things done. Secondly, the style of play, the passing motion game that Larry Brown plays, enables them to get away with different people initiating the offense.
You can relate to what Larry Brown is going through. You were without your starting backcourt at the beginning of last season. Doc Rivers, John Battle were sidelined for a good stretch.
We lost our starting backcourt of Rivers and Battle for 19 games. We started Spud Webb and John Long. In those 19 games, we lost at least 10 by 3 or less, but wound up 4 and 15. That's the bottom line.
All right, here's Elliott. It is a 6-point lead for the San Antonio Spurs. Sean Elliott, along with the 19 points, 7 rebounds, now 5 for 6 from the line. San Antonio extends to 7. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Worthy being bumped by Greenwood, and he was fouled. Aggressive defensive play by David Greenwood. He's collected his 4th. Worthy will go to the foul line. He's 2 for 4 from the line. He's the high man with 33.
Greenwood doing a real good job of being physical with Worthy and bumping him off the box, making him catch that first pass about 4 or 5 feet outside the lane area. In these last 2 minutes here, it'll be very critical that San Antonio make their free throw attempts. Last year, only a 74% free throw shooting team. It was a big area of concern for Larry Brown.
5-point San Antonio lead. Opening day for the Spurs and the Lakers. And our premier telecast of NBA basketball on NBC. Minute and a half remaining 4th quarter. Sean Elliott won't count. Offensive interference, and the Lakers will take over.
If that ball is sitting up on the rim, you can't touch it, and it's very, very close here. Terry Cummings, an outstanding job of getting to the ball. He's hustling, working hard, but if it's on the rim right there, it's a good call by the official.
12 on the shot clock. Worthy off the fake. Byron Scott from downtown. Rebounded by Robinson. 1 minute remaining in the 4th. Spurs with the ball. They lead by 5. 8 on the 24. Cummings. It counts. And the foul.
who have played together already in Milwaukee. David Greenwood, who's been in the league for a number of years. And then the two young guys, Elliott and Robinson, who have had a fantastic day.
Michael Thompson committing the foul. Timeout called immediately by the Lakers. 49 and 8/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. When we come back, it'll be Laker ball. They are trailing by 7. It's the Spurs 104, the Lakers 97. The San Antonio Spurs with a 7-point lead on the Los Angeles Lakers. 49 and 8/10 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. That is the timeout situation. Lakers down to 1. Spurs with 2 in the 20. The LA Lakers 5 for 15 from three-point range. Obviously, the Spurs will be looking in that direction. Let's go to Steve Jones.
All right, Marv, the one thing that Mike Dunleavy thinks will quiet down this place is a three-point field goal, and that's what he's looking for out of this timeout. Terry Teagle is going to be in the ball game. Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, as they look for a 3, they'll take the 2 if it's there. Back to you.
All right, Steve, out of the 5 they've hit, Sam Perkins has hit 2 from three-point range. And they have readjusted the clock. They've changed it to 52 and 2/10 seconds remaining, so they've added 3 seconds. 7-point San Antonio lead. Here's Perkins from 3 straight away. Rebounded by Greenwood, and he's pushed Perkins on the foul.
Coming out of the timeout, San Antonio never knew who was guarding Sam Perkins. The inbound pass went right to him at the top of the three-point area. He had a wide-open three-point shot. Forget the play that was drawn up. There was just a defensive breakdown that time.
So the Spurs were fortunate. Perkins not able to hit it. He picked up his 5th foul. Greenwood to the line for the first time. The high-point man of the game, James Worthy with 35. Sam Perkins has 20. Magic Johnson with 14. San Antonio led by Terry Cummings, who has 29. David Robinson with 25, and Sean Elliott has 20. The Spurs 106. The Lakers 97. Time running out on the Lakers. Magic looking for the three-pointer. Couldn't find it. Here's Teagle, 2-point range. And Cummings on the rebound with a half-minute left.
Paul Pressey backing it out, running some clock down here, spread out the defense, make him come and double team us. We'll get a good shot when we're ready.
And the home crowd reacting to the Spurs. 7 on the 24. And a pushing foul, a soft foul, was called on Magic Johnson. With 13 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Great scene here in San Antonio. The Spurs go back to the days of the ABA, the Dallas Chaparrals, moving here to San Antonio. Overall, in their 17 seasons in San Antonio, the Spurs won 6 NBA divisional titles. The first 2 came in the late 70s with Doug Moe as the coach of the Spurs. Next 3 under the direction of Stan Albrecht. And all 5 of those division crowns feature the scoring of George, the Iceman Gervin, David Greenwood, and David Robinson. Hear it from the crowd. So Robinson leads with 25 points. 108-97. Spurs by 11. And with 13 seconds left, a timeout has been called by the Lakers. Now let's go to Bob Costas in New York. All right, Bob, and the San Antonio Spurs with a 108-97 lead on the Los Angeles Lakers, down to 13 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Today's Miller Genuine Draft Player of the Game, the man they call the Admiral here in the heart of Texas, David Robinson. 25 points, 7 rebounds, 6 blocked shots. There were several outstanding efforts by the Spurs. Terry Cummings and Sean Elliott also rose to the occasion here on opening day. And on behalf of David Robinson, NBC, and Miller Genuine Draft, will donate $1,000 to United Cerebral Palsy. Perkins rejected by Cummings, but a foul call. Terry Cummings picking up The personal is 5th, 8 seconds remaining.
In addition to his points and rebounds, we can't fail to mention the fact that David Robinson threw some key passes to his teammates when he was double-teamed, found the open people cutting to the hoop.
Back to the subject of Terry Cummings, 31 points, 15 in the fourth quarter, 23 of the 31 in the second half. Sam Perkins, now 5 for 6 for the line. He is 21. Well, last year on opening day, the Lakers lost here in San Antonio. San Antonio has won their last, now make it 5, including today, opening games, and 10 of the last 11. The last time they lost a home opener, they lost to the Lakers back in '85 in overtime. Final seconds. Higgins able to go glass as time has run out. The San Antonio Spurs defeat the LA Lakers 110 to 99 on opening day in San Antonio, Texas. Later tonight, it's the Saturday night comedy lineup, beginning with Parenthood, Marv Albert, Mike Fratello, Steve Jones saying so long from San Antonio.